What up? What up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You tuned in to Prison Talk Live Stream with Fresh Out. What's going on out there? How y'all hanging? Hope everybody had a good week. Got the holidays coming up, man. Got to get your family together and celebrate and under the cloak of hiding, because people might tell on you if you have too many people at your house. You can't have Thanksgiving because it will hide in a turkey and get you. It knows. Anyways, got the wig splitter beanies. Pick you up a beanie, freshoutseries.com. We got the beanies jumping off, and we still have a few of the limited edition shirts available. So pick you up a shirt. We got a handful left. Grab you one. Freshoutseries.com. Make sure you guys support. Like the videos. A lot of times people been unliked for whatever reason. They messing with it, but we got to keep pushing. But a lot of really weird stuff going on. Big Herc 916, positivity, motivation, man. You guys support over there. Got the mentoring jumping off, so holler at me. I put between Fresh Out and Big Herc 916, we put out some of the realest videos out here. We just did a video about all the rounds, which black people are getting shot every day. Chicago, they shooting today, but nobody's saying anything. If it's not racial, nobody cares. So, I put it out there and let it be known that, if this is what it is, then people should be speaking up right now. But that's on Big Herc 916. No outcry for all the slain and shot rappers, because it doesn't matter if you're the same color. As far as over here, man, we just had a great interview with one of our guests. He was busting guard cheeks up in prison, handling his business, and we like to keep it real and raw, man. So shout out to Coochie V for putting it in, OG Silverback for supporting, for providing content. And if you're interested in an interview, holler at us. Freshoutseries.com. Leave a message. We got some interviews coming up, but it won't be probably till early January, because we're doing some moving around here between me and Big Ant. Got stuff going on, and I will be in AZ soon, so we'll be doing interviews in AZ. So that will be the destination. If you're looking to do an interview, come out there and holler at us, and it will be on and cracking. Lieutenant Dan, thank you for the donation, man. I'm busting some turkey cheeks next week. Hey, I'm right there with you, man. I'm going to bust some turkey cheeks, too, with some stuffing and a little bit of gravy. And I'm going to enjoy myself, man. I'm going to put myself around some great people, enjoy some good times, and say to COVID, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enjoy myself, man. Wise words, man. Just, spiritual, man. Spiritual transitions in life. If somebody passes, man, you got to look at it as it's not a material passing. It's a passing of spirits, of energy. And that energy is going to recreate somewhere else and reappear in another form. But, as energy, we've always been here. We're just currently using these vessels to transport us around in this dimension. So, energy, man, energy is spiritual. We operate on a spiritual realm, but a lot of people don't realize that. So therefore they're trapped in the material, and that's why they're being punished. We like I said, we try to give you guys as much real game as possible. a lot of people, I think if we were shucking and jiving and dancing around and playing the game, we would be a lot bigger than what we are. And due to that, it's just, it is what it is, man. We gotta, we gotta just keep doing what we do, and that's staying positive, motivating you guys, and just convincing you that you can be successful on the streets, and you don't need to go to prison, and you don't need to look up to the whole prison culture. Look up to people who have avoided prison, who were able to be successful on the streets, man. Who we got here? Any idea what COVID is like in prison? I knew someone that was at a medical facility, and at this medical facility, it was a federal medical facility on the East Coast. They were basically locking the inmates in a particular dorm. You could not leave that dorm. You were very limited to gathering in the little pods, to where you couldn't have more than X amount of people together. There were, people who were compromised that were in the actual medical ward, and they were just pretty much stuck. They got minimal care that was there. There was, from what I understand, a couple COVID outbreaks, but I didn't hear about any deaths. I mean, the people that were there had compromised immune systems. A lot of them other ailments that, compelled them to have to be housed at a federal medical facility. But, this is coming from somebody I know that was just there, and they were able to, because of COVID, and basically do the rest of their time on home confinement. And that, I know a couple homies that they've been blessed with getting out of there, able to maneuver on the street. And yeah, man, it's right now, man. It's got people so damn scared. It cracks me up when I see somebody in a car with gloves and something over their face. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. It's really, man. It's crazy in there, and it's like every holiday is being crushed right now. Every holiday. J. Dot, thank you for the donation, homie. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, man, they've been crushing. They've been crushing us, bro. And they trying to, it's the same thing. I told you, this is like a prison psyop, where they take you off a lockdown, and then they put you back on lockdown. They take lockdown, put you back on lockdown, and then they limit your gathering. Guys can't work out together, can't group up, blah blah blah. We're talking. It's all type of stuff, man. This is the same shit they do in prison. Take the exercise equipment, mess with your food. You can only get, when you're on lockdown, you can only get certain things from the commissary. It's a lot. It's the same. I be trying to tell you, man, they experiment in prison, and then they try it on the street. And they see, they've already proven it, man. They know the mentality. If guys in prison are going to go to work in these slave factories, and they're not trying to educate themselves, they're not challenging anything as far as the status quo intellectually, they're not trying to even go to the law library, why would people on the street go research and challenge what they hear on social media when they're brainwashed? Same thing, man. I've seen it in prison. It's the same stuff going on. Waterson 10, thank you for the donation. Yeah, it's cracking, man. Bitcoin is soaring. It might reach its old time high of 20,000. I'm good because I got some other cryptos that I've been sitting on for over a year, and I'm just gonna let them marinate, and I'm gonna sit back and marinate. So I've been riding that for a minute, just being patient. Alex 2256, a donation. Will you interview your Korean homeboy from prison? Oh, I haven't heard from him, man. Thank you for the donation, Alex 2256. I ain't heard from him. I had hollered at the homie, and then I lost contact with him. So I'm hoping he's still all right, man. He had got out before me, got locked up, got out, and I'm hoping he's not locked up again. I mean, but he been you know, everybody has their own journey, and he's hopefully found himself. But I haven't heard from him, man. I actually reached out and didn't get no response. So, man, I'm praying for the best of him, man. He said, "Oh, here, if you have a question about as far as what company, we deal with somebody here local as far as the shirts. That's a local guy. What do you think are the end results of this culture war? Control, man. They want control and they want to break the spirit. The demographic of people economically that then become codependent on handouts and welfare programs, you basically stripped away private property. And now you have government control along with the super rich sector, and you have people who are, just basically dirt poor, who are surviving. And they never challenge anything legally or economically because they have no resources. So these small businesses that are being hurt, while you have these big corporations still making moves, making billions, you guys got to wake up, man. You guys got to wake up. It's like the conditioning. You got to think about, do your homework. And if you look at like just history, man, you got to read history, and that what's happening in history in a lot of other countries, man. I was talking with one of my partners from Iran, and he was telling me how right before they came in and Ayatollah took control, they made everybody turn in their weapons, their firearms, and then or else you would be prosecuted or possibly executed. And at that point, when people out of fear, they just went in and started just doing what they want to do to people, man. It's sad that we have certain things in our we have the Constitution, but the forefathers amended it with the Bill of Rights. And read your Bill of Rights. The 10 Bill of Rights tells you why they put those there, and they're there to protect us for a reason. And if you want to do some homework, you can Google it. It's so easy to find the Bill of Rights, and you can read it. And once you understand that, that there was a reason why they did that. And having dealt with England, Great Britain back in the 1700s, man, they knew, these guys had foresight. And it's the same thing. You guys got to like really have some foresight on what's going on around you right here and be conscious. Yeah, we got a sucker right here. So this guy, I'll just get you out of here because you're a dummy. You got a lot of haters, man. It's so sad, man. Some people, man, they sit around, play with their butt, sniff it. They're very miserable, very immature, never accomplish anything in life. And then they get on a computer, come up with these old pseudo names and, troll. And it's like funny, man. When I was growing up, you couldn't be a troll. If you want to talk shit, you talk shit to somebody in their face. And if you were about it, you handle your business. Otherwise, you get the shit slapped out of you. But a lot of these guys is, this busters behind a computer screen all day long, man. You see them, busters behind a computer screen. And this guy right here, I'm tap dancing right for them. So I don't know, what are you doing, Mr. Castle? A super troll, thinking you're important. So let me get you out of here. Inspector Gadget, would a vaccines change you tell me. You're going to get it, so you should know that. But we appreciate your donation, but I'm not going to entertain the last part of that comment. Happy Camper, thank you for the donation, man. Um, you were laid back. Did you have to scrap a lot in prison? Nah, man. I know how to read a lot of dudes, man. I was on, I was on spiritual time and intellectual time. When I was in prison, I wasn't trying to be the hardest. I wasn't the hardest. I wasn't trying to be super anything. I was trying to pass through there to get to my next part of my journey, which is, what I'm doing now. Prison wasn't a career for me. It wasn't something that I didn't even, never intended to try to promote it commercially. I just want to show people that it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit, man. Thanksgiving, now, because they're not having people go to the chow hall, you know what they're doing? I heard they're passing around sack lunches. So you get a sack lunch and then you get like a lunch on a tray or dinner on a tray. So if you're not able to gather, eat, your portions are probably garbage. Dudes up in there, man, they up in there starving right now. Prison, man. I'm hoping that a lot of the brothers in there are able to facilitate, but I could only imagine how they're running that because you have no rights. I mean, and you got somebody telling you to stay in the house and not do this, not do that, and you're a free person. So imagine what a person in prison is going through. Man, you talking about, dude, they up in there. The guards don't even want to come around nobody because they don't want to get it. And then they're scared somebody's gonna pass it, and they're all panicked, scared to death. So yeah, man, it's got to be horrible in there right now. Santos Ortiz, thank you for the donation. I'm not gonna read the comment though. It's stupid, bro. It's stupid. Big Herc, how are California prisons compared to Florida? Well, you have to go on there. Bounce Back did a whole thing about Florida prisons. I've never been to Florida. I've never done time there. I don't ever expect to do time there and aren't, don't want to entertain it. And I was in the feds, which feds is nationwide, and it's a lot different than being in a state. So, yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah, and no, it's a lot of stuff going on right now with the whole the voter stuff, man. We're gonna see what happens, man. It's a lot of interesting things that are gonna reveal themselves in the next coming weeks, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, I'm just a little guy here. I'm not anybody that has no crazy political pull or anything like that. So I just gotta watch everything unfold. I love COVID-19, huh? Thank you for the donation, man. Name is Rich. I don't need a shout out. Name is Rich. Love you, brother. Don't need a shout out. Okay, man. Well, hey, I appreciate the donation. Everybody that contributes to the show. We appreciate, man, all you guys who share our channel because, like I said, man, we're going against the grain. Fresh Out has been fighting an uphill battle, and we've been trying for the longest to really create a narrative, but our narrative doesn't go with mainstream, man. So we're not being pushed. We're not really being promoted. Like I said, because I'm black and Anthony's Mexican is the only reason our channel probably is at the level it's at, because anything else, man, we'd probably have all type of other stuff going on to our channel. But, we speak the truth. We don't promote you guys to do anything stupid. We're not telling you to go be a gangster or a prison professor or anything like that, man. Greg Harf, thank you for the donation. Herc, you watching any shows or listen to any music? The only time I listen to music, man, really is when I'm in. And I, sometimes I listen to like a YouTube mix. It might be the other day I was listening to like Stevie Wonder mix, which was like a lot of old school Gap Band, Isley Brothers, SOS Band, classic R&B. And then, the day before that, I had on old school Biz Markie, Coochie rap, Big Daddy Kane, Eric B. and Rakim. So, I switch it up. I'm kind of over all the murder stuff, man. I don't think it's cool to go and murder other people, other brothers for the sake of trying to have a name or build some type of credibility. I think it's the dumbest shit in the world, man. It's dumb to want to kill somebody to be somebody, man. It's not that great, man. It's not a good thing. And I like the beats, man, but I realize that I'd rather listen to something else than listen to the beats. And even, there's other groups out there. I think they're great, very talented. The music, hard. But and I do listen to Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, some of the stuff, great music. And it makes you think, man. And it actually, some of that, it makes me grateful for where I am and what I'm able to do. They're saying they got out of it and were able to transition, and they're talking about like what it was like, which it wasn't fun. It's not fun thinking that, look over your shoulder every day or worry about going somewhere and somebody shooting at you, man. Don't nobody want to live like that, man. Jerry Port Jr., thanks for the donation. Oh, you let them rip sometimes. I hear you. You got one of those accordion butts. Twism 5. I thought Herc was down until he started shucking and jiving for the MAGA crowd. Sad. Well, it's sad that you think that you know what's best for me and that you shuck and jive and you do their dance to whatever they do, and you have your opinion and I have mine. You don't know me personally. You don't really know my political views. And as far as what you interpret to think that you have a background in politics, you probably don't know your history, buddy. Know too much of anything, because if you did, you would look up what these people that you are behind have done and tell me. So I know I've done a lot of reading and I've done a lot of research, bro, and I'm quite sure I've read more books than you have. So Twism 5, thank you, man. It just goes to show, why I'm, continuing to voice who I am, what I stand for, and I don't shuck and jive for you, brother. Goat Springsteen, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate you. Thanks to Big Herc and Fresh Out Company. Yeah, man. We gonna keep it real and raw, and it's all right to have different opinions. Everybody doesn't have to agree with who's in office, who's not in office. It's not even about that. I'm not trying to create separation. I'm not trying to say one side's better than the other. Dude, you're dealing with multi-billionaires. You're down here trying to throw rocks at Gucci store and steal and loot. For what? You're going to jail. It's not hurting them. They got insurance. The game here. Most of you guys don't see that, though, so you run around and you're pawns in the game. You know what I mean? So much bigger than what they're portraying it to be. But you watch too much TV, man. You need to stop watching TV and start reading some books. Herc, did you hear about Lil Rodney, the 12-year-old that shot a 1-year-old and got 7 years? Keep up the real Herc. Yeah, man. Go to my channel, Big Herc 916, man. You got to go subscribe. I did a whole video about Little Rodney. Little Rodney was on house arrest for arson. Little Rodney cut off his ankle monitor and said he was going to go to a homie's funeral and was out playing with a pistol. Little Rodney had his mama, he wasn't going to do no more trouble. Little Rodney's a knucklehead. He wants to be he said he's a Crip. I mean, he's a knucklehead, man. And the parents, apparently, I can't judge them. But then again, who's putting the smack down? Little Rodney's out of pocket, bro. T-Rex DNA. What's up, man? Thank you for the donation. You put me on game with Behold a Pale Horse at the beginning of this lockdown, and it made me unplug, mindlessly consuming generally accepted media, music, and mindless promoting black murder. There you go, bro. I'm glad you got the book. I'm glad you read it. I haven't read it in some years, but the things I read in that book were profound and very eye-awakening, man. I mean, if you stay listening and buying into everything you hear, you will become a program. These are programs, the TV, television. We're going to tell you a vision. Listen to the words. They're telling you what they're doing. television. Tell you a vision. It's not your vision, it's their vision. And whatever they tell you, that means that they got an agenda behind it. So, you know what I mean? B. Horning, thank you for the donation. Trump should replace Fauci with Dr. Shiva. Man, I agree. I agree, man. You know, I agree. I think, you know, there's a lot of things that need to be done, man. But like I said, I'm a little guy. And, you know, a little guy with no, you know, with no major foundation. I can only do so much, man. But hopefully this will go further than me. Black History, thank you for donation. Herc knows more about me than you do, punk. Ha! There you go, Black History. Appreciate your donation, man. Chester Copperpot, thank you for the donation, brother. Big Herc, you ever consider leaving California? Oh, Chester Pot, you haven't been watching. Chester Copperpot, I'm out. I'm out of California. I'm done. I'm done. Next month, I'm in AZ. I'm out of here. I grew up in California my whole life. I've lived in Sacramento. I've lived on Treasure Island. I've lived in Rohnert Park. I've lived in Huntington Beach. I've lived in LA. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. California, they can, you know, it's, you know, more power to them, bro. I'm out. I'm in AZ, man. I'll be out there doing big things in AZ, hanging out with my AZ people, man, and I'm out. California, I'm done. It's I'm over it. Bugatti Chiron or Koenigsegg? Koenigsegg, man. I'd have to go with the Koenigsegg. That's one of my all-time favorites. That car is a monster. What you got to, hey, check out the video of the McLaren Senna racing Ken Block's all-wheel drive 1400 horsepower Mustang. It's on Hoonigan right now. Crazy video, man. His Mustang is a monster. Yeah, Herc, have you heard? In New York, the first people forced to get the cure is black community. They're making people on welfare mandatory. I knew that was coming, man. I told you, man, it's always a catch. Kumo is going to work it, bro. That's going to be ground zero for experimentation. He's going to work it. He's going to work it, bro. If you're getting welfare, if you're getting a handout, you got to go get that. You got to go get it. You got to go get it, man. You can't. Your kids... You know, if you want to get the program, your kids, you know, to go to school, you got to go get it. So they got plans, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Why would they do that to us? Everybody thinks they love you. If they love you, why would they do that? Do they make everybody get the flu shot? Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it, man? You know, you got to think about the end game. I can't tell you about the end game, man. You got to think about it. How many girlfriends held you down while you were locked down? None. I had no female, you know, no females held me down when I was locked down, bro. I had to figure this shit out on my own, and it made me strong, though. And when I got out, I was busting all type of female cheeks, bro. I was an animal. But I didn't have any females hold me down. You know, you think it's all, you know, people do have them. There's some homies that have some, you know, good women out there, man, but I didn't have that situation. What is your working bench press? I don't really even bench press, man. I mean, I mess around in the garage sometimes, work out with like, you know, 225, but I don't really bench press. I do more machines now, try to protect the joints, you know. I don't do crazy weight anymore. I mean, you know, Big Herc is I'm an OG, man. I'm, you know, past 45, so I got to take care of my body. I got to preserve this thing. I got to keep it healthy so I can stay young. Yeah, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I let Larry Wheels and them animals do that, man. That dude's a monster. I let them take care of that. I'm just cruising. Some television. Thank you for the donation. You watch me too much. Get your punk mind right. You're funny, man. You're funny. What I not recruited chat moderator. Sometimes Big Ann is on here watching, you know what I'm saying? He makes sure people don't get out of hand. But you know, you got some weirdos on here. Did you hear the new scandal with Gavin Newsom where he had a party without mask and lots of people? Yeah, man. I'm telling you, they're laughing at us, man. It's a joke. It's a joke, bro. They go, but I mean, you're dealing. If you're worth 200-300 million, who's gonna tell you what to do? 200 or 300 million, 50 million, $500 million. Who's gonna tell you what to do, man? They have parties. They no man. They're doing parties behind closed doors. They check all the phones in. They have the party, and if somebody's lucky, they'll take a picture and expose them. But doing what you're doing, they're not like you. They're not like me. They do what they want to do. You guys know that. Come on, man. You remember what they used to do back in they would shut the castle wall and they'd be in there partying. All the farmers and stuff be starving to death, man. Starving and hungry. They'd be, they didn't care. If you live inside the castle walls, you were good. You know what I mean? They were good. Did you see any inmates get Dear John letters? No, I didn't see any inmates get Dear John letters. But what I did hear was that one cat, before I got to a facility, a dude told me that a guy was about to get out, and he got a letter that his ex-wife or his wife at the time or girlfriend had told him that she had moved on and that he was coming home and she didn't want to be with him. And a boy committed suicide, man, right before he got out. Jumped off the top of the gym. They didn't used to have a rail, and he jumped off and broke his neck. But he went out backwards, man. There's 1 billion pieces of coochie in the world. Don't kill yourself over a coochie, man. Don't go backwards. Don't shoot nobody. Don't kill nobody over a female. If it's that bad, just go and, find you another female. It don't matter if she's a bigums or little ones or whatever the case may be, as long as she's of age, go and have some fun. She ain't got to be a dime, but do not go out backwards over a female. That's the worst thing you could do. Because then you're sitting in jail and, there's a bunch of other females out there and you're around a bunch of men now. You're stuck. You're around a bunch of nuts and butts, when you could have been over a female, man. Another one. It said, oh. Who we got here? No, it's not worth dying for, man. The Panani is not worth going out over. Do not go out over Panani. Well, let's get the shout-outs in, man. We got some shout-outs coming up. So shout-outs in all the little towns, man, who's out there doing their thing. Luke Choi, thank you for the donation, man. This pandemic is crazy. It's time to split some wigs. Yeah, it is crazy, bro. It's crazy, and we haven't seen the end of it yet, When it's over, they're going to have chicken and watermelon for everybody. They're going to celebrate. They're going to make it seem like, hey, man, we love you. We love you. So be prepared for the shake and bake, man. Like I said, it's the same thing they do in prison. After a lockdown, they'll have hamburgers, hot dogs, and barbecue. And everybody's supposed to just think, oh, man, wow, I'm glad that's over with. But you remember you lost something in the process. They took something, So pay attention. Oklahoma City, shout out to you, OKC, Brooklyn, New York, Montreal, Canada, Fall River, Massachusetts, Wichita, Kansas, San Diego, Isaac Bullard, thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it. France 69, Brawley, California. I don't want to say it because I don't know if they're going to censor it, but thank you for the donation. The P, I ain't worth dying for. No, you're not worth dying for. Live. You want to live to bust as many cheeks as possible until you get married, but you don't want to go out backwards and get locked up because you want to beat on somebody and now you can't get any cheeks. All you got is man butt around you. Walkerton, Ontario. Sacktown up in here. What up? Scarborough, Ontario. I see you. Miami, Las Vegas, Altus, Oklahoma, Austin, Fresno, 559, Chicago, Tucson, Arizona. I see you. Memphis. All right. Kansas City, Apple Valley, California, Lakeview Academy, Riverside, California, Santa Ana, Phoenix, Arizona, Lake Elsinore. All right. Minneapolis, Oceanside, Coachella, Nicaragua, St. Louis, Missouri, Oceanside again, Lakeview Academy again, West Los Angeles, Panorama City, all right, Detroit, Portland, Hyannis, Massachusetts, Downey, Hawthorne, Fenton, Michigan, South Carolina, Duval County, Nova Scotia, Canada, Big Butte, Texas, H-Town, Belgium. Everybody that's tuned in, man, we really appreciate you guys making our channel. Nuevo Mexico, Bourbon, Mississippi, Columbus, Ohio, Allen, Mosslander, Texas, 585, The Rock. Hey, and like I said, man, shoot us a message at freshoutseries.com. You want to do an interview? We're going to be booking up a lot of interviews for January, man. So start hitting us up and we'll get you in. We'll line it up for you, man. And then also, like I said, I'll be doing a lot of car stuff in Phoenix and the Arizona area, man. Scottsdale, hit me up, man. We'll link up out there. Green Machine will be ready in a couple months. I'm going to be out there having some fun, networking, Holler at me, man. Shout out to Gilbert, Chandler, everybody out there. Chappie. Yeah, man. Everybody, bro. We appreciate y'all. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Monterrey, Mexico. Dallas, Texas. Andrew, Jamaica. Man, we need to come together, you guys. It doesn't matter. It's not about skin color. It's about having a conscious mind to see what's going on and to educate yourself and to be, mentally aware of what's going on around you. Charlotte, North Carolina, I see you, man. South Australia, I see you. So we're going to keep pushing, man. Stay positive. Make sure you guys go to all our social media, Instagram, Twitter, Big Herc 916, Fresh Out Series, and support, man. We love y'all, man. You guys have a safe weekend. Watch out, protect yourself, and be safe out there, man. We don't want anybody getting sick, anything happening to you, so that you can come back and we can continue our conversation.